I've just been flying the Nova Ion 4, which is the new ENB, Easy B. It's interesting to see on all modern wings, there's a step in the leading edge, where the bottom surface of the glider is quite a way out from the top surface of the glider at the cell openings. And this really is noticeable when you do a forward launch in null wind. It really grabs the air. And here we're launching pretty skew just to test the wing and see how tolerant it is and how much it's going to help the pilot. In this case, quite a lot. We spend quite a lot of time ground handling the wings just to get a feel for them. You can tell a lot by what the wing does on the ground. And especially in this class, the wings really need to help the pilots have a safe launch. So we push them around in different angles. Doing little running takeoffs gives you a good idea of how the wing accelerates when you've got a short launch in light conditions, and particularly if the wing goes slightly forward, it's really helpful. It does mean that you're going to have to use a little bit of a check brake on a steep slope when the wing comes up, but it really helps for launching just to get to speed. The risers on the Ion 4 are very simple, very functional. It's nice to have sheathed lines. Just a little pull on the A's and comes up really simply, and without hands there, just pops up with just a bit of a breeze. So it's absolutely simple on the ground, and even with a forward launch, pretty simple. But you'll notice the wing sort of jumps up. A lot of modern wings do this because of the light fabric. In the old days, it used to be like blankets and they just lie on the ground. But with the light fabric, you need a little bit of intelligence when the wind's blowing. On the ground and in the air, it's steady and smooth, a slightly utilitarian feel, meaning it does everything in an exact but sort of functional way, with no life of its own. This is probably a good thing in the progression class. That's the main benefit of staying in this class and avoiding the temptation to chase performance in the XC class, which comes with the added energy that requires intelligent management. The Ion 4 is a very cohesive wing that doesn't flex or wobble as it flies. It's possible to stall the wing with deep brakes and no wraps, but you'd have to be heavy-handed and strong to stall it. Big ears were stable, effective, and showed no stall tendency. They're easy to find with the split A's, and the release is a non-event as they slowly pop out. The turns are calm. Are they really smart brakes? Well, they're just loops attached to the trailing edge, placed so they line up with the direction of force. It certainly doesn't feel any different to other gliders that are flown, but the trailing edge is much cleaner than the Mentor 4, and the turn is effective. Because of its brake geometry and low aspect ratio, you can turn it quite nicely using just the first part of the brakes. But after this, the brakes get progressively more solid, and to turn tight, I needed to take a wrap, so I was pulling and not pushing down on the brake. The Ion 4 is a well-designed evolution in the Nova range. It obviously performs well. I expect it'll frustrate many pilots on higher rated class gliders with its ability to keep up. It's well behaved in all the EN tests and has a feeling of high passive safety. It's simple to launch and fly, albeit with high pressure. It also looks good in the air. This progression class wing is suited to pilots who have emerged from flying school with an eye on the horizon, eager to go places but needing a wing that remains calm and centered. It also makes quite a nice hike and fly wing for more experienced pilots who want something that simply works while they're appreciating the scenery. Simon was very impressed with the climb rate and turns in the air, the performance against other wings. It has good passive safety and ability to absorb pitch movements, which gives it a very good glide and performance because the glide is staying pretty much overhead all the time. The speed bar was effective with about 10 kilometers an hour plus from trim speed at this low altitude and my low loading. I would choose Nova's clever speed brake riser system, because personally I quite like flying on rear risers at speed, although you're unlikely to need much of it on the Ion 4 because it doesn't really pitch. The Ion 4 will make a lot of pilots happy for differing reasons, be it the newish pilot looking for a solid wing with performance, someone looking for a more relaxing wing, or the hike and flyer looking for a lightweight, easy to land in a tight spot type of wing.